All right, beautiful people, I'm back again with a different type of pattern, and this time we're going to solve pyramid type pattern. Here are a lot of example of pyramid type. We are going to start with the number pyramid, okay? And then you can move with maybe the asterisk or some others. You can choose any one of them and then you can start. Maybe I will start with this one, this example, okay? So let's start here. I'm going to copy this one and then I'm going to paste it somewhere so that I can explain it to you, okay? So let me just put it somewhere here. But before that, let me just clear this part. So here I'm going to paste and let's just focus on this pattern only for now. Okay, so if you can solve one, as you know, you can solve others for sure. So what do I want here? I want you to spend some time and think about how this pattern behaving, and then maybe you can find the solution. So as I said, before even looking into my code, you should try by thinking yourself and solve the problem, spend some time, because so far you have seen like all the patterns have something like similar steps to solving. Okay, so therefore I expect you to think first before even watching my solution. All right, so let's start. First of all, maybe you have already tried, now we can try it together. So here the pattern, of course, you need to understand about the number of rows, number of columns that you need to create. So if the user gave us the value of n equal 3, in this case we're going to create 3 rows, right? So we know the number of rows that we need to create, but then we have space, also we have a column, so we need to think about that as well. So let's do one thing here. I'm going to create something like this just to explain you how things are behaving here. So I'm going to create 3 rows. Let's do it real quick. Here I'm going to create 3 rows, and inside these 3 rows, as you can see, there are 5 asterisks in the end. So let me create 5 asterisks so that you can understand the pattern for this one. So we have 2, then 3, then 4, and let's create one more. So let me get some space here as well, and then I can create another one here. All right, so we have 5 asterisks, and now let me just create the rows boundary. That should be all. Okay, and top of that we have 3 asterisks, so let me just create them, 1, 2, and 3. And in the first row we have 1 asterisk. And now if you divide the columns, you will be able to find out the pattern here for sure. So here I'm going to divide them into columns. All right, and let's create the value for row. So this is our first row, row 1. The loop value will be 1 here. Row 2, then we have row 3, and then we have column 1, column 2. Let me just continue like this. Then we have column 3, column 4, and the last one is column 5. All right, that should be all. Now at first we need to create the rows, and let's go back to the code here. As you are already familiar with this one, we are basically creating the number of rows, and this is the code we've been using so far, so I'm not going to explain anyway. And at this moment I do not need this variable count, so let me just get rid of that one, and maybe we can focus on this one after a few seconds. So let me just keep it like this. For now we are going to print asterisk, so here I'm going to put asterisk for now. Okay, so let's see. First of all, we are creating the rows based on the user input, so there is nothing we need to do for this one. Now let's think about the column. First of all, there are some spaces we need to deal with. So how the space is behaving. So for the first row, there are 2 spaces. For the second row, there is 1 space. For third row, there is no space. And how can we create this pattern for the rows? What is the formula that we can use here? So the value of n is 3. So if we subtract a row number from the value of n, 3 minus 1 will be 2, 3 minus 2 will be 1, and 3 minus 3 will be 0. So we have the pattern for creating the spaces. Let's do that. We are going back, and here we're going to run a loop for creating the space. So this loop will create the spaces, and we have seen the pattern for running this loop. It's going to be n minus row number, and we're going to print space. That should be all. Fair enough. Now next things, how about creating the asterisk? For the first row there is 1 asterisk, for the second row there are 3 asterisks, for the third row there are 5 asterisks. So how this is happening? What is the format that we can use in order to print the asterisk? The asterisk number is changing. Remember, the asterisk number is changing here and for each row. So what can we do? Now there are many ways maybe we can do, but what I'm thinking right now, if we multiply by 2 with the row value, So here is going to be row, and if we subtract -1, how it's going to behave, let's see. So for the first row, 2 into 1 minus 1, therefore it will be 1 asterisk. For the second row, 2 into 2 will be 4, 4 minus 1 will be 3, and it's going to print 3 asterisk. For the third row, 2 into 3 will be 6, 6 minus 1 will be 5, and therefore it's going to print 5 asterisk. So we can use this formula. Let's go back. Here we're going to use this. So it's going to be 2 into r minus 1. There you go. That should be all. And now if you just want to use maybe here parentheses, that's something you can use, nothing wrong with that. So again, if you even do not use parentheses, it's going to work as the operator precedence anyway. So now we can run this program, and let's give it a try. Here I'm going to compile and run, and then let's say the number of rows is 3. And there you go, it's working completely fine. But if you want to print some extra spaces, of course you recall you can add one more space here. When you add one more space, remember to add one more space with the asterisk as well, because you are adding spaces with the asterisk, therefore you need extra space here as well. Okay, so now we can give it a try. We can compile it and run it again, and let's see whether it does work. Here I'm going to compile and run. Enter the number of rows. Let's see if I give 5. There you go, we have our beautiful pattern. And now what is your task here? You have to complete some others. So let's go back. I'm sure you can complete all of them. I'm not going to do that because we have already done similar kind of things so many times. Okay, so you can do this number pattern, number pyramid, then you can use this repeated number pyramid, then you can try this binary number pyramid, and then binary repeated number pyramid or binary pyramid. And then you have alphabetic pyramid, and then here we have the alphabetic pyramid. Both are looking same exactly, but actually I wanted to change a bit. Here we can use A, B, C, something like this. Let me just give it a try here. A, B, and then C. For this one we can try like this: A, B, C, and then D, and finally E. So that should be this pattern pyramid type. Okay, so that should be all. Give it a try. Best of luck.